I'm just not interested. It's too expensive. I'm already working with another vendor. These are objections. No matter where you are in sales, you're going to face them. But how do you go about handling the objections? I'm going to share a strategy that I literally just shared with my team, and hopefully this can help you. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. On this episode, I'm going to share with you in 5 minutes a quick tip that I have shared with my team that I know could definitely help you. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, it's designed to help you to be able to, 1, 3 to 5 extra sales pipeline with quality opportunities, and 2, help you to close twice as many deals. The strategy that I'm going to share with you can use at the top of the funnel on a early disco or on a cold call, or perhaps even if you're doing this when you're talking to a client later on in the deal process. The concept is objection. Most people get objections. We all get them, whether they're going to be a big objection or a small objection. But the idea behind an objection is that there needs to be more clarity. There's a need for more information, or perhaps it's really just the truth. Like, I just am not interested. For the majority of us, there are some things that we can do to overcome those. I'd probably say maybe 60 to 70 to help work with that prospect, to help to see the value, and help to be able to work past or get around or overcome that particular challenge that's in the way of them moving forward and making the investment with you. The thing that I will share with you are 4 things. 1, mindset. 2, why. 3, value/risk. And then number 4, invitation or offer. Now, let's go back to this. The mindset component. When I tell you that someone gives you an objection, or when you hear an objection, you're talking to a prospect and they say, yeah, I need to think about it. I'm not necessarily interested. Right off the bat, majority of us will automatically go to the negative side of our brain and start to think, well, this is not going to work. They're not interested. Now, I know some of you are out there in the other camp, and you'll probably say, no, that for me, that means there's a little bit of excitement. But psychologically, if you're honest with yourself, you're probably saying, oh my goodness, this is not going to work, compared to somebody who says, yes, I'm interested. Let's send me the contract, or send me more information, or let's book an appointment. That gives us a feeling of interest. But this part, let me think about it. I'm not ready. This is not something that we're looking at. It's too expensive. We automatically start shutting down. Now, sometimes you do need to do that. If there's people that just gives you the clues that they're really just not interested, they're yelling at you, they're hanging up on you, they're probably just really not interested. Move on to somebody else. But for the majority of people, it's a cry to say, I don't know enough to make a decision like that. What, are you crazy? I'm not willing to commit to that yet. So let's go back to the mindset and think positive. How can we help this person? I like to look at it like a threshold. Like, this is the level, maybe 100%. This is where this person is ready to make a move or to make the investment or partner with us. Perhaps they're right here, right now at a 40%. How do I get them better up towards that 90 to 100%? Now, even if they're not necessarily quite there and I leave them at a 70% after the conversation, they know a lot more now about the solution and perhaps about our company that can help them make a decision or an informed decision in the future. But if I just give up and say, well, this person is definitely not interested and hang up, I am missing out on an opportunity to educate this person and get them to the point where they might move forward with us. Who knows? Perhaps they look and visit with another vendor, and then, or 6 months later, 3 months later, to come back and say, you know what, you guys explained a lot. It made sense. I'm ready now to move forward. Let's get them to a better state. Think positive. You also want to mitigate risk, which we'll talk about. There's a risk factor, some kind of reason causing this person to see that the risk outweighs the value that I see in this. So if we can help to switch those, it's going to make this a little bit easier. So mindset is important. Number 2 is then why. Figure out why in the world they have this viewpoint. Perhaps it's because they don't know, or perhaps they had an experience in the past with another vendor. Find out why they believe this way. This is where you probe, where you ask deeper questions. The value. How can we help them see the value in this? Now we want to help them, now that we understand why they feel this way, that they're not interested. Perhaps it's because they don't know that their current HR solution isn't working. They've never experienced a problem, but we were able to point out some of those challenges, and then we're able to quantify that. And then we are able to see that they all saw the risk. Like, the risk of investing a solution is high right now, but maybe because of the risk now of having an HR solution that doesn't work and us getting employees to sue us, that's a bigger problem. The value in this solution now becomes so much greater than the potential risk of the time it takes to switch a vendor. So we help them to see that and mitigate risk. So the value and the risk, mitigate the risk, increase the value, Ask the proper questions. You're the expert. Share with them case studies, share with them stories, share with them ideas. And this is where those element comes in that you've learned so much on this podcast and other podcasts. Give them the value in what you have to offer. And then finally, the invitation. Once you've given them that value, ask them an invitation. Now that you've seen this, you see how this could work. What would happen if you don't do anything? Or if you were to move forward with this, if we were to promise you this thing, that you can have a great HR solution that's going to mitigate the chances of you having a lawsuit, and that your employees are going to be happy with you, and you're not going to spend much more than what you're spending, what would hold you back from moving forward? I can't think of anything at this point, Donald. Well, let's go ahead and work through this. Here's the next steps and guide them through that process. Try this. Test it out. If you want to get further clarification, hit me up on LinkedIn, Donald C. Kelly. But go back to this thing again. Adjust your mindset. Number 2, make sure that you figure out why. What's causing this stumble, this block, this hesitation? Number 3, give them value and mitigate the risk. Ask effective questions. Use your stories. Share examples. Share testimonials and case studies about this. This is where your expertise comes in as a seller, as a consultant, so to speak, or as an industry authority leader. And then finally, give that invitation for the next step. Guide them down the path. They want to follow somebody who can help them. If this has helped you, again, go ahead and let me know on LinkedIn. I want you to thrive. I want you to succeed. If you want to learn about our sales mastermind, where sales professionals are able to come together and to learn from others and to gain insights every single week and to be motivated and get strengthened and to get role play and practice and overcome objections like this and do practice, check it out. You can find more information. Go to thesalesevangelist.com/mastermind. As always, I want you to thrive. I want you to raise your level of thinking, but most importantly, I want you to go out and do big things.